Alright, are we online? I think we are. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the new channel. This is Freedom of Fantastic Journalistic Songwriting, and you're watching the live Q&A! Wow, and that's not even the silliest voice I've ever done in my life. Alright, how are you guys doing? Welcome to this new channel that is already over 600 subscribers big. Thanks to you guys, and there's not a single video on this channel. There's one video, okay, but it doesn't really count. It's just the welcome video. Guys, thank you so much. It really means the world to me. It really means so much to have you guys have my back. Just, I don't know how to say that grammatically correct. But it really means the world to me that this is already a thing and that there's some people watching already. That really is so super cool. And yeah, let's get into some news while the chat fills up. Hopefully. There's no one here yet. Am I doing this correctly? Oh, I'm not listed. That's why. See? There we go. That makes more sense now. So now, hopefully, I should be live. Is there people here? Hello, everyone. Anyone? Please, let me know. Are you here? Come on, we need people here. All right, I'm just going to sit like this. This is a great first episode. This is going to be perfect. I'm just going to have a sip of water. Oh, there's one person here. Aren't you glad you tuned in? This is going to be a first episode. That's great. Noah Lokosh. Hey, how's it going, Noah? You good? Noah, I'm just waiting for some people to arrive so that this makes a little bit more sense because it feels a little bit odd to be talking to no one. I hope you understand. So, yeah. So this is the new channel, I guess. Well, let's see if there's some more people coming. Maybe I should start a new stream. Maybe I messed this up somehow and now no one is getting like an alert or something like that. Grüße aus Niedersachsen. Well, great. Dann wohnst du hier direkt die Ecke. You know what? I'm going to make a new live stream because I think this is not working. I have to make another one. I think no one is getting notifications, so this is not working. Okay, how's this? Is this working? Are people watching? Let's see if this works out. This should be interesting. Is this working? Can anyone just say anything, please? Just let me know you're here. Okay, we have 2 visitors, 2 people watching. That's more, that's twice as much as the first video that I made. So that's quite the improvement, I think. Ah, man, getting nervous here. Come on, guys, we need more viewers so that this thing actually makes sense. I guess that's the thing with new channels, huh? All right, should we just start? I don't know, with 2 people? It feels a little odd to start with just 2 people. Am I doing this right? Guys, could you write something in the chat, please? I just want to make sure that this actually works. So let's look over in the chat. Wow, there's so much happening here. Cool. So I guess, what are we gonna do, guys? Let's wait 5 minutes. That probably seems reasonable. Let's wait for 5 minutes. What shall we do in those 5 minutes, Noah? You have any good suggestions? You know, we could talk about, I don't know, board games or latest movies that have come out. I'm quite the cinephile, so I see a lot of new movies. And have you seen 3 Billboards Outside, what is it again? 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. That's a really good movie. I really enjoyed that one. I love the actors in it too. Yeah, it's gonna be a storm of Oscar nominations for that one. So, all right. Well, this is tons of fun. And at the top, it mockingly says on YouTube, you want to receive tips via email how to build your channel. And next to it, it says, like, in underlined, it says, yes, please. Okay. You haven't seen it? Oh, yeah, it's really good. You really should check it out. It's a really, really good movie. What else have I seen? I watched the new Insidious movie, which I thought was not as great. I liked the first 2 a lot, especially the first one I thought was such a good horror movie. The other ones, not so much. The second one was interesting, was an interesting movie. Third one and fourth one, I don't know. It doesn't feel the same without the same actors. Ha! Well, this is great opening of a channel. But we have 2 visitors. So, guys, what do you guys want to talk about? Come on, let's talk about something. I'm just talking to myself here. Give me something. Anything, please. Check this out. I just ordered something on Thomann, which is like the biggest music retailer here in Germany and I think Europe as well. And they sent you this little cartoon when you buy something. Let me see if I'm holding this correctly. How to handle a setback. It's great, right? So Santa, I guess this is Santa, but he's got like a side cut, is really happy once he gets his new guitar from Thomann. Which is weird because Santa just has access to all sorts of things in his life. Maybe it's not even Santa. I just got this like around Christmas. So I guess that's why I thought it's Santa, but it's probably not. This is such a great story. Oh, great story, Mark. Let's talk about music, right? So what do you want to talk about? Have you listened to Justin Timberlake's new album yet? The Christmas boxes were dope too. Did you see one from Thomann? I don't know. I think so. Probably. I can't remember it though. Were they cool? Did they have like aprons or something? Or like, were they Christmas themed? So yeah, let's talk some more news. And actually we're almost, yeah, now it's 5 minutes in. Does this make sense to keep doing this? I'm not sure. Should we do it on the other channel? But I should have 600 subscribers on this channel, right? So where is all these people? 648 people that are 646 people that aren't here right now. Cool. Oh yeah, they did. Awesome. Oh, dude. I feel so small again. 121,000 subscribers on the big channel. Man, and now it's 648. Maybe tomorrow? Maybe tomorrow what? Oh man, what was I just talking about? I should do it tomorrow maybe? I don't know, I just usually do these on Mondays. I guess it's just you and I then, Noah. So what should we talk about? Is there something you want to know? Do you have any questions? Let me answer your questions at least if you're here by yourself. That's only good for you. So how can I help you, Noah? And whoever else is here. Who else is here actually? Am I the second viewer? Because that would be really sad. This is public, right? Like everyone can see this. Did someone get like a? Did you guys get Did you get a notification for this? Do you listen to songs of other people? I do. That's usually a paid feature, but since you're the only one here, why don't we make an exception? You want to send something through? Do you have like a link or something that I could listen to? If you're okay with everyone listening to that on the live Q&A later on, because this is going to be uploaded to YouTube as well. So this is not just live. Would you be okay with that? Then I could do that. Cool. All right. Yeah, let's go for it, man. Do you have a link, Dropbox or something like that? Then we could do that. I wonder if I did something wrong. Am I doing something incorrectly here? I think I should have this. This should be... You'll make a private SoundCloud link? That's fine, but I will be playing it right now. So I mean, I have to listen to it, obviously. So, yeah. You know what? I'm going to write someone... While you do that, I'm going to write someone here and ask him if he has seen that I'm live right now. Hey, man. So I'm live on YouTube right now. Did you get like a notification for that or something? I'm not sure if you're a subscriber to the Holistic Songwriting Live channel yet, but there's 2 viewers here and I'm wondering if something's not working properly. Could you let me know, please? Thanks. All right. Well, he's usually there, and I have a couple of people that are always there for my live channels, for my live Q&As, so I'm thinking something probably went wrong. How's that SoundCloud link coming, Noah? Who's that other viewer? Like someone's here and he's not talking. Whoever you are, make yourself known. That sounded like such a line from Lord of the Rings. Melon. Oh, that's not me, says Ethan Young. Hey, Ethan, how's it going? Did you get a notification for this event here? Or how did you find this? Did you just like stumble on YouTube and just see this video pop up or something? So what's he saying? Nothing yet. Camera, come on. We need your help. You're our only hope. How did you guys like the new Star Wars movie? Did you guys like it? I really loved it. It's like after the last one, like before the last one, the one that came out last year, I was like, I don't need another Star Wars movie. I'm kind of good for now. Then I saw the movie last year and I was like, wow, this was really good, actually. I didn't expect it to be this good. And at the same thing this year, I was like, oh, I don't really know if I need another Star Wars movie. And then I saw it and was like, oh, wow, I'm all the way back in Star Wars fever. And it's set on the channel thing, like in the subscription area. Gotcha. Can you give me the link to Holistic Songwriting Live? I can only seem to find the Holistic Songwriting page. Can't find the live one. I'll check it out for you for sure. The channel is called... Oh, this is such good... This is such great entertainment. Holistic Songwriting Live. Ah. Okay. Well, thanks, Ethan, for letting me know. I think they're setting up the Star Wars to end soon and then no more ever. Seriously? Oh, right. Yeah, because this is going to be another trilogy. And I hear J.J. Abrams is going to do the last one. Damn. You know what I thought was crazy? Just in terms of... That's something I never would have imagined. So the first... So this is... We're in this, I guess, third trilogy now, right? That they've ever done. And the first one was directed by J.J. Abrams. And he handed it over to... Oh, Jesus, what was his name again? Is it Chris Young? No, wait, that's a composer. Anyways, they handed it over to this new director who did Brick back in the day and a couple of other movies. And yeah, you can send the link. Sure, Noah. Absolutely. I'm just waiting for you. And so the director for the second movie had a clean slate. They had nothing to go with. So they just had the first movie, and J.J. Abrams basically said, so this is what we did. You take it from here, and you decide where this needs to go, and I'm just going to do the third movie after that. Isn't that crazy? Like, they had a clean slate to write a Star Wars movie. How crazy is that? Okay, so now we're up to 7 people, so that's good. We're slowly filling up. Guys, this might actually turn into an actual Q&A here. But sure, Noah, just go ahead. Like, you want to send me the link? That's fine. I promised that, so let's do that. You can't send links in the chat. Do you have mail? I do. It's me@holistic-songwriting.com. So, go ahead. Hey, Martin. Oh, what's happening now? Okay. I didn't want to do that, so we're back in the chat now. Hey, camera's here. That's good. I'm here. Found it. Okay, so did I just get an email from you, Noah? Okay, camera, you sent a voice clip. I'm live right now. Do you want me to play this? Because if you're going to make fart sounds, I'm seriously going to ban you. I'm not going to play it. This is a private conversation. That will be unprofessional. Sure, yeah. Camera, what was your question about the lyric challenge? No, don't listen to it. Good. And it's good that I didn't play it. This is great entertainment. I'm having the time of my life. You know what? I'm going to wait until there's like 150 people in the chat. And then I'm going to say like, okay, I'm going to take one more question. That would be perfect timing. Okay, I'm still waiting for that email, Noah. Have you sent anything? Not yet, it appears. Oh, well, at least you guys get to hear my British accent, which is absolutely marvelous, of course. And I also think, by the way, I was talking to a friend about this today, that the word swell is terribly underused. And I think more people should use the word swell again. How swell? I hope I got it right. All right. Okay, I got the mail wrong. Yeah, you did. So it is me, M-E, at holistic-songwriting.com. Anyone got a question? Oh, see, there we go. I did it once before. I was planning on going back into my email to find the challenge and start it. It didn't seem to save. Only day I could find is day 29. Should I have to pay it again to take it? No, you don't. All right. So you sent me something on Facebook, I'm assuming. So I'm going to send you that whole thing again. It's fine. No problem. What does your tattoo say on your arm? That's Imagine by John Lennon. Tibor Elias says, hi, Findeisen. Findeisen is my last name, believe it or not. Friedemann is actually my first name. I know it's crazy, even for German standards. Hi, Findeisen. Are you working on a pop song now? When you write songs for other singers or songwriters, how do they find you? Do you work for a label or do you get personal mails? What a swell party this is. Okay, now I'm getting a song by Noah. I'll answer that question in just a second, Tibor. Give me 1 second. I'll just download that song. I'll just go to SoundCloud here at the same time. Okay. All right. Okay, confusing. Here we go. Have you listened to Coke Studio Pakistan? I have not. Sorry. Don't know what that is. Okay, so I'm working on a pop song now. Yes. Yeah, I would call it a pop song. It's like an R&B-ish pop song. It's for the same artist, Joe Bassa. So that's the second or third single. I'm not sure when it's going to release. But I really like this one. I really like this one. It's funny because like the one that released first, Hate Her, which I did a production breakdown for, out of the 3 that I'm working on currently, I really like the song. I really like Hate Her, but out of the 3, it's still my least favorite song, but it's the one that tested the best. So we asked a lot of people what they think of the 3 songs, and most people like that one. So that's why we released that one first. But this one that I'm working on currently, I really like it. I think this is the best one out of all 3. Although the other one is also really cool. Oh, well, I'm going to do production breakdowns for those as well. So yes, I'm working on a pop song now. When you write songs for other singers or songwriters, how do they find you? So I'm assuming you're asking this question because you're a producer yourself and you want to know how to find clients. Is that right? For me, so in the beginning, I did write a couple of emails to different people. And the book that really helped me with that was Never Eat Alone. That sort of like gave me that networking mind a little bit more, I guess. And that has worked to some degrees. Also, just like going to conservatory, it helped because I was around musicians all the time. And I still have connections from those days. That's also when and it was always like via, you know, it was always through someone else. So I would do a job somewhere and then someone said like, hey, I really like what you did there. Could you write music for my thing as well, like for my project as well? And so that's kind of how that always happened. It's always someone heard a demo of mine somehow, somewhere, and they liked it so much that they got in touch with me. Right now, I'm not really writing that much music. It's for this project only at the moment. And after that, I want to really tackle something of my own because I haven't done that in a really long time. And I think it's going to be something that's going to be really fun. And I just want to do something fun again. So do you work for a label or do you get personal emails? I don't work for a label, or I'm not signed with a label, rather. I have a friend or a couple of friends who are signed with labels, though, and sometimes I get jobs through them. So that's something I often do. So then I'm just do co-writes, and that's kind of the best of both worlds because I'm not I haven't signed any contracts, and I still get to write on some really, really cool big projects. And yeah, as I said, I don't really get personal mails that much anymore, other than the people that I've worked with before. Okay, how did you get the gig to write and produce for Joe Bassa? Is she from Germany? Well, the thing is, Joe Bassa is really my fiance, so that's kind of how we got to work together, you know. A little BTS here. That stands for behind the scenes. Are you more of a music person or a lyrical person? Assad, I'm definitely more of a musical person, or a music person, I guess, is how you say it. Okay, but we had something happening here. We have 10 people watching, so let's just do Broken Heart by Noah Lokosh. Lokosh, I guess, is the name. Is this oh man, Lokosh, I think is probably Polish, right? Is what I'm gonna say. Lokosh, my guess. Anyways, let's listen to Broken Heart together, everyone, and then let's see how we can help Noah. Also, if you also can give feedback if you want, just please stay positive. And I mean, obviously give feedback, and feedback can't always be positive. But if you have something to say, then please say it in a nice and kind way, right? This is a friendly zone. We're here amongst professional colleagues, so please behave professionally, all right? So I haven't heard this. I have no idea what this is going to be like, but whatever it is, just behave professionally. But the audio curve looks good already, so this doesn't look like a cheap mix, at least from just looking at the audio curve. That's the first thing I always see on SoundCloud, and if I see like that the audio curve is going like that, I'm like, okay, this is probably not very, very well mixed. But let's listen to this.
Broken heart, broken smile, every day, every night, and I walk 1,000 miles just to see your smile. Our memories will last forever, and all the things we've done together, and all the nights we spent as two. And do I miss you? Yes, I do. Every time we touched, I had this feeling, and when we kissed, it felt like bleeding. Just say goodbye, close the door. My heart is addicted to yours. Addicted to yours. Broken heart, broken mind. Every day it makes me blind, and I walk 1,000,000 miles just to see your smile. Our memories will stay in mind. Oh, I think you didn't treat me right. It wasn't real love, it was just for show. Why do I love you? Well, I don't know. Every time we touched, I had this feeling, and when we kissed, it felt like bleeding. Say goodbye, close the doors. My heart is addicted to yours. Addicted to yours. Turn back time, would it affect my life? Baby, let me rewind. Would I be alright? Would I be alright? Now and forever, no doors you closed, no words you spoke, no hearts you broke. But you said goodbye, you closed the doors. My heart is addicted to yours.
Damn! Guys, some applause. That was really brave. Noah, awesome for doing this. This is so cool that you're, willing to do this, because this video is going to be on YouTube, so really, really brave of you to do this. And not because the song is bad. Not at all. Actually, I really, really like this. This is really great. I think for the genre that this is just exactly right. There's, so I'm going to go fairly quickly through this. Typically I take an hour or so to talk about their songs with students. Obviously we can't do that now because I want to answer some of the questions here as well. But I really like it, man. This is really, really well done. I like the production. It sounds maybe a little bit roomy here and there, but so maybe the production here and there isn't quite done yet, because EDM is such a production-ish genre where the production really has to be top-notch, but it's really close. You're doing really well, man. This is really great. The two things that kind of threw me off a little bit were the vocal production and vocal performance. So that's something I would maybe take another look at, and take a look at maybe doubling, layering, maybe some backing vocals. But man, the chorus just really hits really well. The vocal production there sounds really good with the with those vocalises. That sounds great. And the other part that I had a problem with was the beginning of the chorus, which threw me off just maybe a tad too much. I found it hard to get into it because it was starting on such a weird beat. What was that again? The thing is, I haven't heard that melody before, so I don't exactly know where that melody starts, and that makes it really hard for me to say, like, okay, so this is the one, or is this the one? So maybe put that, like, that part without the harmony underneath it. Maybe put that more in the middle of that whole breakdown thing, you know? But some of the sounds you're using are really cool. I like the water drop sound, and that kind of thing is just really cool. And I think you got a nice piano part here. It also ends on a really, really warm and really beautiful note. I really like that as well. Like the vinyl scratches in the beginning. I think that's cool. I like the melody as well. So that's something, and that's something I don't say a lot. But I like the melody. I think that works really well for the song. I like the idea that you have an instrumental chorus, and I think the melody builds well to that. I think there's enough repetition for it to be memorable. I like the piano part. I like the sound of the piano. The drums sound a little bit maybe too cold, a little bit too roomy for my taste. They could be like maybe a little bit, just a little bit warmer. Maybe need a little bit more saturation or something like that. Although I think they already have a lot of saturation, right? What is it that I'm missing here? Yeah, maybe a little bit. They're not really gluing quite yet with the track. So maybe it is really a little bit about saturation, a little bit of compression, something like that. It's just, that's not really gluing with the rest of the track though. The rest of the song sounds really good though, except so the vocal production being number one. That's something I would look at again. And the performance of it. And so vocal production, I mostly mean the tuning of the vocals and the timing is the two things that are both production and performance. But I'd also take another look at just the sound of those vocals. Maybe they're a little bit, just a tad too boomy. I would maybe take out a little bit of lows at around maybe 300 to 500 hertz or something like that. Just a tad, just to make them cut a little bit more. Not maybe they're a little bit too warm for my taste. I like them just to be just a tad colder. Not cold, but just a little bit colder. So that they sound a little bit more... robotic is the wrong word, but like, or metallic is also the wrong word. But you know, they have a little bit, they cut through a little bit more. I guess that's what I'm looking for. That's the word I'm looking for. And apart from that, I really like it. Again, the opening to the chorus, I found a little bit too challenging, probably rhythmically. Maybe you could do that with the second chorus only, but for the first chorus, where the chorus has to hit fast and well, there I would really just go into that straight away. You know, start on the one and make it really clear what the groove is. Cool. Yes, applause. The flow is with the singer. I like it. It flows really well between the beginning and the chorus, though for me, threw me for a surprise and made me happy. I would EQ the voices a bit more. Yeah, that's the same that I had. He could layer the piano a little bit more too, like in the production breakdown. Otherwise, the song is ready to get going, I think. Great job, Noah. It could sound a little bit crisper. I think that might be this microphone here. It sounded pretty crisp on my end, actually. So I don't really mind that so much. The drums maybe a little bit, I don't know. Bass drum sounded a little bit too roomy for my taste, maybe. But very, very good job. Really, really happy with this one, man. And congrats. Cool. You got the name pretty good. More than most people. Great. Good to hear that, Noah. All right. Cool. Yes, camera. She's my fiance. And she is gorgeous. And she's also really sweet. Which doesn't really come across in the video, I guess. But she's very, very sweet. Production breakdown was really interesting. Well, glad to hear that, Martin. Okay, guys, do you guys have any more questions? I think we're probably going to cap this at 30 minutes this time just because we have only 8 viewers. But, hey, Dovidas, good to see you. But if you have any questions, I'm, of course, willing to answer them as best I can. The flow is with the singer, says Tibor. So a lot of really nice comments, man. Yeah, Noah, you really have it down. It sounds really, really good. And I also like that it's a personal track, you know, because I know I had a lot of colleagues in conservatory that were producing EDM music, and they were produced, you know, top notch. They were just really, really incredible at that sound. They were so good at that. It always just really impressed me because I never was able to really pull that off quite. And but what they were always missing was warmth and heart. And I think you have that. So I think it's a really great mix that you have here. Kai has a question. What's that? Camera says, I'm going to buy a DAW. Do you suggest Logic or Pro Tools when it comes to expenses? Which is better? I really, really prefer Logic personally. I know a lot of people like Pro Tools because it is cleaner. And if you're only doing audio, if you're only going to record audio, then I would probably, I would go with Pro Tools if you're only going to record bands and stuff like that, or if you have big sessions. But for anything else, Logic would be my preference out of those two DAWs. I like Cubase. Yeah, Cubase is about the same as Logic, I would say. Same as Studio One 3 is almost the same thing. In terms of like the production workflow, they're very, very similar, I would say. So Cubase is like the Windows version of Logic Pro, in my opinion. They're not too far apart. I've worked on both, and I like both of them quite equally. Any production tips to get that huge background vocal sound like Def Leppard, says Kai Ellis. Well, Kai, do you have any examples? Do you have like a track that I could listen to? And like a specific moment, if you tell me like the time and a track that I could listen to? Ethan says, Pro Tools is the industry standard. That's so true. Yeah, it is. And if you're going to work in some big studios, if you're going to intern somewhere, then you need to know your way around Pro Tools. Absolutely. But, well, you know, when I did my internship, you know, Jeff Rono was working with Logic, and I felt right at home. So, I don't know. It just depends on the person. You know, not everyone likes to work with Pro Tools. You know, I see a lot of Ableton Live now, which is why I'm trying to get into it. Still having my problems, unfortunately. But yeah, I do like Ableton Live as well. And the cool thing is that you can basically shortcut everything with like what's it called? A trigger? What is it called again? Man, shortcut. Studio One Artist is decent if on a budget. Yeah, absolutely, Martin. You're absolutely right. Studio One is really great, and I have that one too. I don't use it that much anymore because to me it's like it feels too much like Logic, and then I'm like, well, I know all the shortcuts in Logic, and this feels like an extension of my body. So why should I switch to Studio One? It doesn't make much sense to me. What was she thinking when she was preparing the music video? So we prepared that video together, actually, Ethan. We took, that was a really, really stressful time because Holistic Songwriting was really taking off, and she had a lot of stuff to worry about, and there was a lot of, it was just a very, very stressful time. And then we really wanted to do a one-shot video. And I don't know if all of you guys understood that, but there's like this whole thing with the chairs that appear out of nowhere, and figuring out where to place those chairs at what time, and where the stage hands that you never see go, so that when the camera isn't looking there, all that stuff, man, that was very, very challenging. And that took us a really long time to figure that out. And we had to, of course, deal with the choreography, which someone else was doing. Yeah. Yeah, it won't let you post links. That's right. Okay, so the song Armageddon at the 1:10 mark, is that right? Let's see. Armageddon by Def Leppard, right? You said. 1:10. You know what? To me it sounds like, oh man, what's happening here? Why is this switching when I don't want it to? This is really weird. Okay, it's switching back now. Sorry guys. Okay, so the background vocals here are basically just layered on, you know, there's several voices layered on top of each other. And it's probably actually the whole band singing several voices at once, but you can achieve something very similar by just performing the same vocal track over and over again. And it's kind of the panning, as far as I can tell, is kind of like, it's not even like all the way to the sides, it's like somewhere here. So it's like all the way up to like 40 degrees and 40 degrees on the other side, maybe something like that. And it's maybe like, this sounds like 6 or 7 voices at the same time, I guess. And then it's mixed a little bit further into the background, meaning there's, yeah, the volume is a little bit lower. The EQing is probably going to be less high, is going to have less high. less highs rather. And yeah, there's a little bit more reverb than on the main vocals, but apart from that, this is very straightforward technique actually. So there's just a lot of layering happening, and I mean they're also super compressed, of course. I mean it's like a really fat sound, but that's the sound that you get when you compress a lot of backing vocals heavily and layer them on top of each other. Cool. Ethan says, "Oh, that's right, one shot. That was pretty cool." Thanks, man. Yeah, that took us a long time to figure out how to do that right. And it was actually, I think we kind of finished the planning like the day before the shoot. So it was very stressful. And it was a very stressful shoot as well. That was the most stressful video shoot that I've ever been to. It was very stressful. But I'm really happy with the result, man. Like, because in the video you can't tell. That's the most important part, right? No matter what happens behind the scenes in the video, you can't tell, I think. Or you can almost can't tell. And that's what's important. I think the video came out great. I'm really happy with it. But the production behind it was really a challenge. Cool. Guys, unless anyone has another question, I think I'm gonna quit this for now. Anyone else have a question? No? Then I am gonna stop this thing. The video isn't giving me the option to donate through Super Chat. Is that something you can only have if you have like a bigger channel or something like that? That could be. That's super sweet though, Kai. Thanks, man. Okay, how long does it usually take me to finish a pop song? Well, Tibor, it really depends. Usually I'll have like a good layout for a track in a day, or maybe like 3/4 of a day or something like that. Like so maybe 4 or 5 hours is like typical runtime for me to like really lay down a track and to know where this is going, and the rest is just like polishing that until it really sounds professional. But typically like 4 or 5 hours is how much it takes me to like really write a track. How to make a song Billboard Top 10 and Grammy worthy? Well, I can't speak from personal experience, of course. I can just talk from what I've talked to some industry professionals here in Germany, and I can only tell you what they're saying. And there's so much to that. It's obviously the song has to be good, the production has to be great, the artist has to be right, the image has to work, the marketing has to work. They need some kind of marketing plan in terms of social media, or they need to have very good distribution either through their label, or they need to have a lot of radio plays in the beginning to like sort of push that song forward so a lot of people hear it. It needs or it could have like a viral video or a really cool video that goes viral rather. There's a bunch of ways, but it shouldn't be your number one concern. Let's put it like that. Writing a number one hit song shouldn't be your concern at this point. Your number one concern should be slowly building an audience. That's really the most important thing you can be doing. Because if you do that, with every song you release, that audience is going to grow just a little bit more. And eventually it might be enough to actually break into the top 10. That's really the best thing you can do. And every artist starts small. There's a few breakouts. Some artists really have success from their first song onwards. But yeah, typically how it works is you just slowly gather your audience and slowly you kind of amass that crowd. And then at some point, if you're doing well, if you're putting out quality material, at some point it can go very quickly. This is how I've seen it happen with a lot of artists. A lot of artists just make music for years, and then all of a sudden they have one song and they break through the roof and they get really famous. Okay. Have you heard the new Justin Timberlake album, says Kai? I have not, but I've heard all the singles from it. What do you think are his strengths and weaknesses as a songwriter? So, I mean, I am going to talk about this in an upcoming episode I'm going to do with Cliff, because that's the next album series. Is going to be about Man of the Woods, about Justin Timberlake's new album. And I really am a big Justin Timberlake fan, I should say, maybe at this point. I think I have all of his albums, including both 2020 Experiences. I really am a big fanboy. And I can't wait to listen to this album. The singles so far that I've heard, I've found challenging sonically. is definitely something new. I have to get used to it. I wonder. It's like that thing. You know, you have to experience it as a whole, I think. So you know, when it's the same when I'm watching a movie or watch a TV series. You know, like I say like, okay, I'm not going to judge it before I've seen it, before I've seen the end of it, because maybe at the end everything changes. Like it was the same thing with The Usual Suspects, that movie, right? Which is like just an okay movie until you see the end and you're like, wow, that was such a good movie. And so that really taught me to be a little bit careful with having, you know, with having a strong opinion before you've experienced the whole thing. So I'm not sure about it yet. I'm really torn apart. Some of the things I really like, some of them I find, as I said, sonically challenging. So I'm not sure where it's going to go, but we'll see in the album series video in the next one, I guess. Cool. All right. Anything else, guys? Then I'm gonna close it off. Agreed, the songs from the new album are interesting, but not sure yet if they are good. Have you seen Greatest Showman? I have seen Greatest Showman, and I really did enjoy it very much. I didn't think I would. I saw it mostly with my fiancée for her. I saw it more for her than for myself, but I did enjoy it way more than I thought I would. I thought the songs were really great. There were 2 songs in particular that I really thought were great. Oh man, I wish I could remember them. Well, the song from the film I thought was great. I Am Me, is that it? I think that was it. That's the title of that song, and there was another one which I really thought was great, which I forgot right now. But I thought it was a really great movie. Is it Tightrope? That might be. Not sure. I totally forgot that scene. I didn't think it was a very. It was a memorable movie, I guess. It just. The choreographies were absolutely insane, so that was really cool to see. But and some of the songs were just really, really great. This Is Me, right? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Actually, let's look at the track list for that movie. Since we're like, you know, this is such a small circle here, I'm just going to go off script here a little bit. Do you have a rhyming dictionary that you recommend? Internet is the best rhyming dictionary. What was the scene? Man, if only I could remember The Greatest Showman. I see so many movies and so much stuff happens all the time. That I unfortunately can't remember. I'm just going to look at songs. Let's see. Rewrite the Stars? That might be it. No, but that's the one with Zendaya. I don't think that was it, though. Maybe it was Tightrope. There was like a ballad or something. Oh, yeah, I remember now. It's the one that this opera singer sings. Was that Tightrope? Is that the one? Is that the one, guys? It was the one that Charity sings, and Charity was the opera singer. Is that right? Never Enough. It's Never Enough. It's Never Enough. No, I remember. Yeah, that was my favorite one. Ooh, I love that one. That one was really, really, really good. Great vocal performance. Great production. Great arrangement. I really loved that one. It was just sometimes just the simplest songs hit me the hardest. You know. I like the rest of the movie, but it was very over the top, and that sometimes can turn me off. It didn't with This Is Me, but some of the other tracks felt a little bit too much, and that's something I often have with musicals. I just like personal songs a lot more, and I'm not too much of a musical fan for that very reason, I think, because sometimes they're just too much for me. It's like, oh no, and now there's an opera singer, and now there's 50 trombones coming in, and now there's a whole marching band which just came out of nowhere. So that's a little problem I have with musicals, I guess, in general. Lauren Allred from The Voice sang it. Yeah, really great performance. Yeah, except the voice of the opera singer isn't actually her voice. Sure. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I would have been very surprised if... who was it again? The actress is actually she's pretty famous, right? Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. I would be very surprised if that was her actual performance. That would be absolutely bonkers. Rhymezone.com is great. Yep, Rhymezone is one that I use as well. Kai Ellis says, is there a chance of us being able to band together to pay you to analyze songs or albums from our favorite artists or vote on an album we want to hear about next? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. There's actually 2 more things I wanted to talk to you guys about. And the first one being, so someone suggested last week to do a songwriting contest, which I think is a very cool idea. and I'm already like in the planning phase for that. So prepare for that. There's going to be a songwriting contest, guys, and you can win the prestigious, prestigious? That's the word, right? Prestigious Hosey Award. So look forward to that. It's going to be cool. And also, someone like a while back, in a few Q&As ago, this is not a good place to say this because the pool of people here is just not big enough. There's just 13 people here, which is great. Thank you guys for being here. But 13 people is probably not enough to ask this question. But yeah, so I was thinking about maybe starting a forum for holistic songwriting, so you guys could like get in touch, you know, with each other a little bit easier, because I'm sure there's a lot of connections to be made through holistic songwriting. Like if you're a fan of holistic songwriting, then it's likely that you're also like that you share some ideas about the world maybe, and have some common views on things in terms of songwriting. So maybe it would be easier to find another songwriter through the forum there. So yeah, so that's something I'm thinking about at the moment, to make a forum. That would be a good idea. Fuck yes, a forum, please. Okay, so yes, so that I think that was something that I maybe could do. But I want to make a cool forum, because not like one of those 90s forums, because those are really such a big turnoff. I want to make something that is actually cool. So that might take a little bit longer, but I'll try. Or maybe like a Google Hangout or something. Yeah, maybe. That might be an idea as well. Cool. Guys, I'm going to cap it off here. We've been talking for 45 minutes. Facebook group would be a start. I have a Facebook group, but I don't know what to do with it for real. So that's really what's happening here, unfortunately. Cool. To Facebook polls. Yes to forum. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll Facebook poll it and see what people think about the forum. Cool. Guys, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. It's been a small group, but this has been fun. Thanks for hanging around. And let's go for this end screen here, because it's so silly. Look, I got 4 hands. Ha 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 ha. Great story, Mark. All right, guys, take care. Cheers, and see you next week.